A former German Chancellor Gerhard Schröder has resigned from the board of Russia's state oil company Rosneft after facing mounting criticism over his ties to the country. This week, the European Parliament called for him to face sanctions if he didn't quit. The former German Chancellor is also a long-time friend of Vladimir Putin. DW political correspondent Simon Young reports.
For years, Gerhard Schröder has been criticised for his closeness to Russian interests. Some called him the Kremlin's chief lobbyist in Germany. Schröder has refused to criticise the invasion of Ukraine, and he played down crimes committed by Russian forces. Within the SPD, the party that Schröder once led, many felt his views were unacceptable. Calls grew for him either to leave voluntarily or face expulsion. This week, Chancellor Scholz himself added to that pressure. One more thing is important to me, if I may add. It would be best if Gerhard Schröder resigned from his post. Schröder has never made a secret of his friendship with Vladimir Putin. While he was Chancellor from 1998 to 2005, he signed the deal to bring Russian gas to Germany via the Nord Stream pipeline through the Baltic Sea. And he raised eyebrows by referring to the Russian leader as a flawless Democrat. Soon after leaving office, he accepted a job with Russian energy company Gazprom. He later became chairman of the supervisory board of another Russian oil giant, Rosneft, and he's also on the board of the Nord Stream operating company. Just why Schröder has finally changed tack is not clear. It could be down to a motion in the European Parliament to put him on a list of those with Russian links who could face sanctions, including asset freezes. Maybe the decision by the Bundestag to withdraw privileges, such as a fully staffed office and a driver, forced the ex-chancellor to think again. Whatever the truth, many say Schröder's support for Putin has tarnished Germany's international reputation, and that damage cannot easily be undone.
Let's get more from Simon Young now. Welcome, Simon. We're 3 months into this war, nearly. Why do you think it took him so long to act?
Well, Gerhard Schröder has clearly, he's stuck with Vladimir Putin, his close friend, as he says, for a long time, and he's stuck with his belief that Germany should have close energy links with Russia, and he said that he doesn't do mea culpas. He's not willing to sort of modify his position, and he's been, despite calls, of course, for him to do that, as mentioned there. I think now the heat has been turned up on him, particularly by this decision by the Bundestag to close down his office and remove that sort of privilege that's accorded to former chancellors, and also by this call from the European Parliament that he should be sort of treated like Russian oligarchs and placed on a list of people who could face sanctions. That was if he didn't step back from his role with Russian energy companies. So the pressure's been mounting within his own party, more and more people saying, it's time for him to leave the party and indeed time for him to do the right thing. And so perhaps he's finally been nudged in that direction.
Right, and he said in an interview last month that he'd only go if Russia turned off its gas supply to Germany. So should we read anything into the fact that he's going now?
Yeah, well, of course, actually, it's the other way round, isn't it? Europe is reducing its dependency on Russian gas, and before the war, Germany was getting more than half of its gas supply from Russia, paying more than 200 million euros a day for the privilege. Now that number is falling. The Nord Stream pipeline has been mothballed, and the German government's plan, is to end any Russian gas supply to Germany. So, Gerhard Schröder may once have been an effective salesman for Russian energy in Germany, but now not so much.
Now, Germany's policy of keeping Russia close was always said to be about engagement and encouraging democracy, but Mr. Schröder's ties did seem to be more about personal gain.
Well, that's right. He's reported to have been earning €1 million a year for his role on the boards of various companies. He's been doing this lobbying work insofar as it was possible to lobby for Russian energy interests in Germany lately. But I think his ties with Russia are deeper. He says that friendship with Vladimir Putin is genuine. He also has 2 adopted children who both came from Russia. But just of late, his remarks about the responsibility for the war in Ukraine lying on both sides and his attempts to sort of play down Russian crimes in Ukraine, I think that has really crossed a red line for many people. And his reputation is at an all-time low.
Thank you for that, Simon. DW political correspondent Simon Young.